So I shot this video and posted it already and somehow had a brain freeze because I did a better version of the video with the proper rice paper. So if you saw the first video, fine, but this is the one to watch. And let's get started. I was seeing a bunch of videos on TikTok and Instagram about making vegan chicken with rice paper. Like that one was made with mushrooms though, so I wanted to try doing mine with soy curls. Let's make some vegan jerk chicken. And first I'm starting with a handful, maybe like a cup of Butler soy curls. And you're gonna just put some boiling water on here to rehydrate them. Let this sit about 10 minutes until it's rehydrated, and we're gonna start seasoning. Okay, so once it has rehydrated like this, you're gonna drain this. Okay, so you are going to now add your seasonings. And to this, I'm going to put, I have some sage that I'm growing and drying, but I'm gonna put like a pinch. It's gonna be like, that's probably 1/8 of a teaspoon of sage in here. I could put a little bit more. I'm playing this by ear. So kind of an eighth of a teaspoon to 1/4 teaspoon of sage, 1/2 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. Now I have something here called all-purpose seasoning with pimento, very popular in Jamaica. When I did my first bout of this, I think I put a full tablespoon, and maybe for the amount I have, it was a little bit on the salty side. So I'm going to put a teaspoon, because it's also going to go on the exterior. But yeah, it definitely gives that jerk kind of flavor, the scent of it. And I've got jerk seasoning powder. This is Cool Runnings. And I'm gonna put also a teaspoon of this. What this does, I mean, I can maybe put a little bit less, but I'm gonna go for it. You know what, I'm gonna, teaspoon, okay. Let's call that 1/2 teaspoon for the amount I have. But what it does is it makes it seem like you've had jerk chicken in before, like they marinated overnight, so it really gives that full flavor inside the rice paper as well as out, to make it seem like you have the full marinating jerk experience. So I hope that's okay. It smells good. I'm gonna get it mixed up, and I might add a little bit more of the jerk seasoning if I feel like it, but for now, with the amount I have, I'll probably go with that. About 1/2 teaspoon. So I decided to add the rest. So it's a teaspoon of the jerk seasoning. Now, the last time I let it marinate, probably for like a few hours. Tonight I'm gonna try maybe like an hour just to get those flavors infused. And I'm gonna show you a trick I'm gonna do when I use the rice paper. Hopefully, well, you'll see. Okay, I'm gonna be using this rice paper. Hope it's good. Hope it's better than what I've had. But what I've had for quite a long time, quite frankly. So my little trick, because having done this already, is I want there to be a little more color, and I'll show you what I've already done, but some more color on the actual rice paper. Now these were the original jerk chicken pieces I tried to make with the original rice paper I had. They don't look too bad, but the color on there could have been a little better, which is why I decided to put a little bit of soy sauce in this to give it a little bit more color. When I would make jerk chicken in the past, I would either use some browning sauce on there or a bit of soy sauce to give the skin a little bit more of that brown color. So that's what I'm going to do here. This was the original piece that I did strictly in the air fryer, and you can see what I mean by it not having enough color to it. So that's why I wanted to add it, especially if you're doing the cooking in your air fryer. So I'm using what we have in Jamaica called browning caramel, or it's what a lot of Jamaicans use. And I'm going to put it into the water. You're just going to play it by ear, because I probably have a lot more water in here than I want. So I put probably like 1/2 teaspoon. It really does darken up quite quickly. You can use soy sauce, but the soy sauce will give a salty flavor. So here we go. Now it's a lot of pieces in here. It says to just soak for like 5 seconds. I'm hoping it's going to be better than my last rice paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm gonna get it out. Oops. Yeah. and then put it on this plate. You can see some of the browning on there. That's okay. So I'm gonna just let that sort of settle for a second and then get my jerk concoction into there and fold it up. Okay, so let's see here. Let me find an edge. Okay, this so far seems better than the last one. My last one was falling apart. So I'm just gonna put some pieces of my vegan jerk chicken in here. And that might be, let's do it like that. And I guess I'm gonna just try wrapping it. Oh, this is so much better, this rice paper. So much better. Yes. We tried making something my daughter had seen where we folded it over. The rice paper was supposed to, like over some seaweed, and it was falling apart, and she was so disappointed. And I guess it's around the time I thought, maybe it's not us. Maybe it's the rice paper we have, and it could just be that it's very old. But yeah, this definitely. So far, good rice paper. So I'm gonna get my pieces done and I'll be back. I'm gonna use my jerk chopped seasoning here. It's a wet jerk, oops. And I'm going to mix it with a little bit of oil, paprika, and I think I'm gonna use my air fryer for this. So I'm just gonna get some right in the plate and I'll show you the next step. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of oil on here for the ones I'm putting in the air fryer. And I think I'm going to do what I did with the first batch, which I'm not going to show you that video anymore. And that is to also, well, I'll show you parts of it, just to test what it's like to fry one in the pan. Okay, so I've got oil on these. I've got my mixture here. Now these were the original pieces from the first video and the old rice paper that I fried in the pan. And I liked how they turned out, and I did fry them kind of slowly just to make sure they got some color. And this is my second batch. Okay, so this is what it looks like. These two pieces I put in the air fryer. This one I fried. Originally, the first one I liked how the color was better on this, but having put this in the browning sauce, it really does give some better color overall to all of them. But the seasoning sort of fries better on this in the pan as opposed to over here. I kind of let it cook for a little bit, added the seasoning. It's okay. We're going to taste it and see how we like it. Okay, so these two were in the air fryer. Let them cool quite a bit. This one was in the pan. This was originally crispier, but we'll see. We're just going to taste it. Which one do you want, Chloe? This one, or you want the bigger one? Or?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay, well let's cut this piece. Ooh, can I have this fork? Because I just warmed them up. That's a bit hot. This is the one that was in the pan, which looks a lot more uniform. The ones in the air fryer kind of have that lumpy, bumpy, not perfect texture. So this is the one from the pan. Super delicious. Really good. This is the one from the air fryer. And that's like the texture inside. I think it's still kind of crispier.
Definitely is crispier.
It's crispier, and as it sits, it's not as crispy to start as it started out. So possibly the air fryer is a good choice for this. As it sits a little and cools, it still maintains most of its crispiness. Kind of has that uneven look of chicken, but you know, whatever. The taste is really delicious. All right, anything to add, Chloe?
No.
No, we're gonna eat and enjoy.
If you didn't see my first video, this was the first piece that I made with the other rice paper, and I cooked it in the pan for a while, so it got some nice color on there. Taste was definitely amazing. So this is a recipe you can bring to a family function. They're gonna love it. It's delicious. Let me know if you try it. And that's all for now, guys. I will see you in the next video.